It's Tuesday, April 17th, 2012. It's about 6 a.m. I got my work done ahead of time for my classes today, so I'm going to be out fishing all day. I'm going to fish down here through Corey Creek and see how many trout I can catch today. Well, it's about 6:35, but I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm fishing one of the main holes on this little creek here, and I checked online yesterday. They were supposed to stock this creek yesterday, and this is the upper limit of where they stock. I've had one hit so far. I'm not even sure if it was from a trout or not. There's a bunch of chubs and stuff in here too, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but there isn't too much of anything happening right now, so I think I'll give this spot a couple more minutes and I'll try to move somewhere else. Well, I moved up around here to one of the deeper sections of this pool, and still haven't even had a hit yet. I don't know if they just didn't stock it, or maybe they rescheduled the stocking, or I don't know if maybe people were down here last night catching a bunch of fish, but I haven't even had a hit yet. I've been switching up baits, switching up lures, and still nothing, so I think I'll give this spot about 10 more minutes before I move on. Well, I just wasted a half hour walking a section of the creek I never fished before. I was trying to find some decent places to fish, and the deepest spot I found was maybe 3 feet. There's just no fish in here, so I think I'm going to be done messing around trying to find some new spots with the water this low. I'm going to go to the places I was catching trout in here last year, and then if that doesn't work, I'll probably have to head out to another creek. Well, I relocated. I finally hooked up to my first trout of the day, a real little rainbow trout. Pretty nice fish. Well, it's been a pretty rough day so far. I only caught that one trout that I got on film. I had 2 others hooked up and then they came off. I just talked to one of the guys who helped stock, and apparently they didn't stock the whole creek. They only did bits and pieces. And I'm gonna head back to a place where I was before, and I saw some trout, and I'll see if I can catch any up there. Moving spots paid off. I just caught a rainbow on my first cast. Pretty decent sized fish. Bigger than most of the other ones I've been catching so far this trout season. Well, he just came off. He's swimming away now. But it's 2 trout so far today. Alright, I'm finally hooked up again. My 3rd trout of the day. This one's another really little rainbow. I don't even think he'd be legal. Yeah, I don't even think this fish is 7 inches. I don't know why they've been stocking so many small fish this year, but they have. Well, I was hooked up again, but then as soon as I turned the camera on, the fish came off the hook. But cast back out again and see if I can hook any more. Hooked up again. 4th trout of the day. Another rainbow. There's a real big rainbow in this hole that I'm trying to catch, but I keep hooking up to these ones instead. A couple casts later, I'm hooked up again. This time it's a brown trout. It's not a bad sized fish. Hooked up again. Looks like another brown trout. A little bit smaller this time. Next cast, another fish. Looks like a rainbow. Alright, I'm hooked up again. This is my 7th trout of today. Pretty decent sized rainbow. I'm hooked up again. This is my 8th fish. Another rainbow trout. Alright, I'm hooked up again. This is trout number 9. Looks like a brown trout. Alright, so that fish made 9 on the day so far. My battery's about to die, so I'm going to have to shut the camera off. Hopefully I can charge it when I go back to campus to get some lunch, and I'll have some footage when I come back this afternoon. But I'm going to keep fishing. Hopefully I can hook some more. It's about 2 o'clock right now. I let my camera charge up in my truck for a little bit. I ended up going back to campus to get some lunch. But I'm pretty mad that my batteries almost died on a creek before, because I ended up catching 20 trout before I went back for lunch with my spinning rod. I'm pretty much having this whole section of the creek to myself. Yes, it was stocked yesterday, for those of you who are wondering, but I'm just really surprised I haven't seen anybody else down here. I saw 4 cars earlier this morning at one of the other holes, but there's just nobody out here but me. So now I'm back out here. I caught 20 on my spinning rod already, so now I'm out here with my fly rod. It's a 9.5 weight Cabela's LST, and try to get some practice in with this, because I definitely need to get better at fly fishing, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so here's the hole I'm going to start at. There's probably a ton of glare on the water right now, but there's a bunch of fish in here. I was catching a bunch of them out of here before when my camera was dead, so tie on a fly. I think I'm going to go with a nymph first. I don't see any fish rising yet, and we'll see what happens. Alright, I finally hooked up my first trout on a fly rod of 2012. Nice looking little brownie. Took a blue-winged olive.